Good afternoon, everybody. It's the last game of this season's Celtic Challenge. Congratulations to the Wolfhounds, champions for the second time. They've gone back to back. But today, it's all about Brython Thunder dealing with a visit of the Glasgow Warriors to Parc y Scarlets. Brython Thunder, fifth in the table, have a chance to leapfrog Edinburgh to finish fourth, while a Glasgow win could see them jump off the bottom of the table and above Brython. Lots to play for. They met last week in round 9 in Glasgow, Thunder victorious on St David's Day by 33 points to 17. Can they back it up at home to finish the Celtic Challenge on a high? Brython Thunder against the Glasgow Warriors kicks off at 12:15. Yeah, good afternoon everybody. A glorious sunshine at Parc y Scarlets in Llanelli again, and we're very lucky to have Natalia John, Wales second row, Brython Thunder, captain with me today. Let's start with asking you, why aren't you playing?
I've just got a little bit of a calf niggle, and with such a big year coming up, we decided maybe it's just best to play it a bit safe and really focus on getting back for the Six Nations.
What about this competition, the Celtic Challenge? It's really expanded, it's growing in year 2. Wolfhounds are champions again, but what have you made of the whole competition? I
think it's been incredible. There are so many opportunities now for girls who want to put on the Welsh jersey, and it's competitions like this that allow them to get seen. And even some of the girls now, who are playing for Gwalior and who are playing for Brython, English clubs have approached them, so it's that they can take that step and go in for that semi-professionalism really. So it's just a really awesome pathway for these girls.
Brython Thunder, what do you make of your campaign then? You're the captain. What's the messages that Ashley Beck has been telling you? What have you been telling the players throughout the season?
I think Ashley Beck is really, really keen on just enjoying it and playing our style of rugby and trying to be an exciting team and just score tries really. But he's a typical back and would say that. But from me, it's just been for all of these girls, I just said give it a go, be brave, really push yourself to work hard and take that step up to the next level, because for a lot of these girls this is the highest they have ever played. A lot of them have only played in buck, so this is that step now where they're playing against senior women, especially against the teams in Ireland where majority of them are professional. So I've just been telling them to just be brave, absolutely go for it and throw everything into it.
You played Glasgow last weekend. You didn't play in that clash, but you want to finish on a high, finish with a win at home at Parc y Scarlets.
Yeah, definitely. I think for these girls especially, to finish on a high and finish the season on a positive, because it didn't start out too great for us. But, I go back to again that a lot of these girls are young. This is their first time in this sort of environment. So to show how much they've learned and how much they've finished, just to finish on a high would be fantastic.
Brython win?
Definitely.
Well, that's the thoughts of Natalia John. Let's hear from both coaches. I spoke to them earlier. Well, Ashley, last game of the season has come around quite fast.
Yeah, I think if you asked me that in the middle, when we had the Irish teams back to back, it was seeming like a pretty long campaign. But now looking towards the end, it's flown by, and just seeing how much the girls have grown week to week and even playing in them games and how much has helped get us to where we are now.
Well, that was my kind of next question really. What has the tournament given you as a coach, and what has it given your squad?
As a coach, it's probably not overthinking things, because when stuff goes wrong don't you? You look into every part, you're turning every stone up and checking what you could have done more. But I think with these young players, it's about sticking to process, sticking to the stuff you believe in and trying to get them on page. And as young players, we've all learned hard ways, and they've definitely done that. But what they've stuck to and what they've believed in, I think we've shown more around these, especially around the Scottish games, how close these girls are to putting results out on performances week in, week out.
You played Glasgow last round, so you know them well. Both teams have made little changes to it, but you want to finish this Celtic Challenge on a high with a victory in the sunshine at home.
Exactly that. I think probably the crowds that have come down to watch us, we've probably been a little bit underwhelming when it comes to performances at home. So it's about us putting on a show and showing them how much the girls have grown. I think as long as people are seeing girls get better and getting used to things, it always pushes them on more. So for us, we've spoken about trying to put a show on, trying to enjoy it, trying to live in the moment a little bit, and hopefully we can go out and do that today.
And what about the girls that will be leaving Brython Thunder and going into the Welsh camp in prep for the Women's Six Nations?
Again, it's been a tough campaign for them girls. They've had to they're so used to dealing with the top end and the cream at the top and people knowing stuff, but they've probably had to look at some of the girls going, actually, she is only 18. She's just come out of the Wales under 18 setup. I've had to help this way, and hopefully it's made them better rugby players, but also having a bit of empathy for people around them, and hopefully that pushes them on. And now when they go into the Welsh setup and they play against Scotland and England first 2 games, they've gone, right, I need to know my role, or I need to do this bit to help the rest of the team. So fingers crossed they represent Brython, which I'm sure they will, and they'll all be outstanding when they get on the field at some point.
Go well this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Well, Lindsay, it's a delayed start, not ideal prep for this one. A bus not turning up.
Yeah, bus not turning up, I suppose, isn't great, but we've had 10 rounds of different challenges at different times, so the sun's still shining. It's still a good day for a game, isn't it?
Indeed. What do you make of the Celtic Challenge? You know, it's growing. It's the second season of it. What have you, as a coach, got from it? What have the players got from this season?
Yeah, I think obviously it's great that it's grown from year 1 into year 2. I think obviously from our perspective, being part of a professional men's club as well really adds a bit of kind of something special to the group. It gives it that backing, it makes it more professional, and so for the girls, I think as the players, it makes it really exciting. It gives them that step up from club rugby. There's a bit more at stake now as well. It's not just a case of turning up for their game. There's a lot more prep time, a little bit more on the off-field kind of professional behaviours. You've got to work a bit on that. As a coach, yeah, I've definitely been challenged about lots of things I hadn't thought of ahead of coming into this, but it's been good, it's enjoyable, and for me it's exciting to see where that goes with the women's game.
You played each other last weekend. What did you learn, and can you get a victory today?
Yeah, I think we always come out looking for a victory, but it's not a case of just turning up and expecting to win. You've got to work hard in certain areas of the field, and yeah, there was probably times last week where we didn't work hard enough. And we know that, players know that, so I would expect to see something different today. I would definitely be looking for a response from them.
Great. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Get on with the warm-up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the thoughts of the coaches ahead of today's clash at Parc y Scarlets. Brython Thunder versus Glasgow Warriors. Slightly delayed kickoff. Bit of a problem with the Glasgow Warriors bus and arrival. Staying at Swansea. Stuck on the Lycha Bridge. I'm only joking. Well, this is what's happened in round 10, the last round of the Celtic Challenge. Gwalia 33, the Clovers 55. Entertaining tri-fest at Ystrad Mynach. Today's game. And of the bottom one there. Doesn't read well for any team. 102 points to nil. The Wolfhounds, the champions, back-to-back, they've gone victorious at home against Edinburgh. One game to go, which is ours, of course, but this is how it looks at the top. The Wolfhounds and the Clovers, 1 and 2. They beat each other, but bonus points, the vital things. And that drawn game as well for the Clovers, costing them in the end. Wolfhounds champions for the second time, 44 points. But look where we are today, Brython and Glasgow, 5th and 6th. But there's a big chance for Brython Thunder to jump above Edinburgh. And there's also a chance for Glasgow to jump above Brython. Let's take a look at both teams then before kick-off in about 5 minutes. Brython Thunder, they make 2 changes for this reverse fixture. And being at home after beating Glasgow in Glasgow last weekend, they must be full of confidence. 2 changes are in the pack. Rosie Carr, the live wire hooker who scored last week, returns. And no Lucy Isaacs sees Catherine Jones get a second start for the Thunder, used once in a second row in round 8. Jess Rogers captains today from 8. Continuity in the back line. Same 7 start again. Young halfbacks Sarah Singleton and Hannah Marshall are both had quality campaigns. Welsh international Hannah Black, a match winner against Edinburgh, wears 13 again, and try scorer from last weekend, Ellie Tromans, will look to cross the whitewash again. Player of the match and hat-trick hero Gwen Crabb, again crucial for the Thunder. Let's look at the Glasgow Warriors team. They make 5 changes from the round 9 clash, looking to deal with Brython physicality, I was told, and give some a chance to shine. 2 changes in the front row. Isha Sutcliffe and Lisa Coburn start, and Gemma Bell is fit and wears 7 for the first time since beating Edinburgh at Scotstoun. MacDonald captains again from 9, and 2 changes in the back 3. Emily Norville elevated from the bench, as is Roma Fraser, who scored an absolute worldie against the Thunder last weekend. Club captain Ali Tucker is on the bench, and it could be a debut for under-18 international Gemma Thompson. That's the Glasgow Warriors. Have a quick look at results, past results. Brython Thunder. What a game that was on the 8th of Feb against Edinburgh. Drama right at the end. Hannah Black came on, scored some late tries. That was the first win of the campaign for Edinburgh. Tough match at home against the Clovers. And then a win on the road against Glasgow in round 9 last weekend. Glasgow Warriors, they beat Edinburgh in February, but then they've lost the last 2 against Welsh opposition. Gwalia at home and Brython Thunder at home. Can they turn things around on the road against Brython Thunder today? It's almost like a test series, this 1-0 Brython Thunder lead. Can they square things up at Parc y Scarlets today? We're all set for Brython Thunder against Glasgow Warriors. Kick-off 15 minutes delayed, but we are about 3 minutes away. I've got Welsh international Brython Thunder captain Natalia John alongside me today. Natalia, conditions are perfect for rugby. We should have a cracking tri-fest today.
Yeah, definitely. And for a lot of these girls, this is the last opportunity for them to just throw absolutely everything at it and just give it a go. And Ashley Beck always talks about playing an exciting brand of rugby that people just want to keep coming back to watch. So hopefully we'll see a lot of that today.
We spoke earlier about what the competition has given many, but what I didn't understand before looking into it at the start of the campaign is how young some of these players are. We can talk about both teams, but we'll concentrate on your team, Brython Thunder. You people who've just come out of under-18s, and of course you've got Gemma Thompson on the bench for the Glasgow Warriors today, who's still an under-18 player.
And what an incredible thing. For a lot of these girls, they never would experience this level of rugby before, and this season is the optimum chance for them to just have a go and really see how they can push themselves and also get the incredible amount of development that they'll get from these games.
There's a Six Nations on the horizon as well. That's one reason you've got a little calf strain. Get you sorted for the Six Nations. That's why you're not involved on the pitch today. But let's talk about the Six Nations, because Wales, Scotland played yesterday in the men's Six Nations. In the women's Six Nations, that's the opening game for them. Yeah,
and it's always a tasty fixture. We're quite equal in terms of ability, so it'll be really exciting to see, who's going to take that first win in the Six Nations.
Glasgow Warriors first out onto the grass at Parc y Scarlets. No synthetic surface at the park. There's a key player, Brian McNamara, wearing 12, kicks at goal, top try scorer with 7, does a bit of everything. And here come Brython Thunder. As I mentioned, Jess Rogers, captain of the Thunder today. Crowd come in for this midday kickoff. It was due to be, but like I said, slightly delayed. Referee Amber Stamp Dunstan really getting into the refereeing world now is Amber Stamp Dunstan in the men's and women's game. Going to be involved in the Six Nations. All set at Parc y Scarlets. It's the last game of the Celtic Challenge. At Parc y Scarlets, it's Brython Thunder at home against the Glasgow Warriors. That's what I mentioned, McNamara in the pocket. She kicks
straight out.
And that one was intended to stay in. That's gone out on the full. Oh, it's an early chance for Brython Thunder. talking to coaches earlier, Natalia, and from first phase, Ashley Beck likes to go try and get on the outer channels.
Yeah, definitely, and everyone has a clear role from each play, which is exactly what we want as players. So we just need to execute.
Bit of trickery at line out time. It's clean ball. Got to get knees on the deck, or that will be a maul. That will be held up. Well, the ball is appearing. Do they get it out? Yes, they do. Lucky to get that one to the deck of the Thunder, but a genuine chance. Marshall out to lane, and she's just come out of under-18s rugby last season. Credit that they can perform. Yes, it's been tough at times against Irish sides, but you will only learn from exposure at this level. Mugabe making yards after contact.
She's such a strong carrier, and she's really developed over these past few weeks. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch her.
Cardi Lois Davis nudging along to the 5-metre line. There's Jones, Catherine Jones, getting involved in the second row.
That's a tackle!
In the back row, that's a tackle. Does get it to the deck. Marshall. Strong contact. Black carrying into traffic round the corner. Or in Marshall. Good pressure, good line speed from Glasgow Warriors, forcing the Thunder back. Must have spoken about that, Natalia, pre-match Glasgow. They've got to put pressure on the attack.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing they did really well last week was holding up players in contact, which slows down the ball, which means they can get that good line speed.
You can't play the 9.
An early penalty, playing the 9.
Can't play the 9.
Well, you can play the 9 if you're not a part of the maul or the ruck, or if you're at the hindmost feet, then you come and play. I think it's within a metre, isn't it? The laws of the game.
4.
Yeah.
Let's not mention hurdling.
4.
9's getting an armchair ride now, aren't they?
They are a little bit, especially at scrum time. You still try and put pressure on 9s at the base, but even if the scrum is going back, but what it gives you is a chance to get the ball a little bit wider, more open rugby. Here we go then. Clean line-out ball. Look to get this moving forward. Trundling forward at the moment at a rate of knots, this trundle. Still going forward. Just brought down there. The arm is out again. It's a penalty advantage. Glasgow bringing that down. A real free play now for them to try something. Is that Jones? Just short. Look to go wide.
Still playing advantage.
Electing to kick, knowing that they will come back.
Backwards.
Worth trying something. There's Davis. That's play on.
Backwards, white
Tromans
blue.
picks this one. Oh, super defence. That's McNamara there. Great tackle. Marshall. Rogers with the carry. Some serious pressure on the Glasgow Warriors line. There's Robin Davis. Good defence again. Great continuity though from Brython Thunder, keeping the ball alive. Trying to get the ball wide. Mugabe, can she free her hands? Yes, she can. And it's Hing out there. What a well-worked score from Brython Thunder. Right through the phases. Error-free, super defence from the Warriors, but in the end, it just cracked.
Yeah, excellent patience there from such a young group. This just shows how much they've developed from the start of the season. Like, they're looking for those extra passes now, and they're not just trying to die in the contact. So really well worked try, but credit to Glasgow. That defence was awesome.
Yeah, we can see the replay. Mugabe did well there. She knew. She swapped the ball from one hand. They could free her hands then to get the ball to Eleanor Hing. Second try of the Celtic Challenge. She's looked lively from under 20s international. Been involved with Wales with GB7s as well.
Yeah, and she's been great. She's always working hard, and she'll always give that opportunity to take those one-on-ones. She'll always give it a go, and she's starting to bring kicking into her game now as well, which is only going to make her even more dangerous.
A low effort from Hannah Marshall. She slotted a cracker from the touchline to finish the game up in Glasgow. Now look at this try again. Keeping their depth. There's Mugabe. She could have passed before contact. but had the confidence just to go through the tackle and free her hands. Good finish for Eleanor Hing. 5-0 to the home team, Brython Thunder. Hing stripped in the tackle, but just regained that. This is always a risk, Natalia John. Overplaying a little bit, but the kick potentially the right option, and the bounce of a rugby ball, the old egg, can be a bit tricky.
Great pressure from Danai Mugabe then. You know, like fair play to McNamara, she had to deal with the bouncing ball, but Danai was all over her.
Yeah. Take the line, Blue. 5.
Yeah, you want to see teams playing, but in your own 22, you just scored. You don't want to overplay, Natalia.
No, definitely, and like that's what Bluck brings, is her experience there. Like, she saw this space and she'll absolutely take it, which was the right option.
Thunder line out. Well, deemed to be straight enough, that one. There was a challenge from the Warriors. There's Caddy Lloyds Davis. All the front 5 have been chosen and picked by coach Sean Lynn for Wales in a provisional squad. Again, a little nod to the competition and the development, but unfortunately,
Good work.
one of them is in some serious pain. Caddy Lloyds Davis. Wales do not want to lose any tight heads. Ball gets wide to Hing again. Elusive, and the offload. Has that gone forward?
Red ball.
It's going to be Brython ball. There was a Glasgow hand in there, but a little bit of an injury worry for Caddy Lloyds Davis. 5th game she started on the bounce, but unfortunately she looks in some serious pain there. A knee potentially.
Yeah, and that's such a shame, because she's really come into her own in the past 3 games. You know, she's been carrying hard. She's been absolutely like industrious in defence. So it's a real shame to see her on the floor, and I hope it's nothing too serious.
No. Yeah, just speak to me on the time. Yeah. Pardon? Red ball, yeah. Yeah, off a blue boot.
Yeah, well, we'll keep you updated.
Your marks on
Not
the
in the
floor,
sunshine. If you're in the big stand at Parc y Scarlett, it's usually on the other side,
no problem, but
on the terrace. But Caddy Lloyds Davis is still down and in some discomfort. It will be a Brython Thunder line-out when we restart.
I'll have a scrap, boys. All okay? Yeah, we'll take your time. Substitution, is there? Yeah, no problem. Should we just, the sub's ready, is she?
5-0, 7 and a bit minutes on the clock.
We'll just let them take their complete time. Yeah, they are.
You can have a look at the opening score again. Eleanor Hing with the finish. Still lots of work to do, but the work that had come before this, the phases, the continuity, Natalia, was impressive.
Yeah, definitely. I think like Brython have definitely worked on this week, carrying a bit lower, especially we know that Glasgow are going to try and hold them up. So it's work on just taking in the ball and setting it up, getting quick speed of ball so we can play around them.
On a couple of angles. And that's the difference. When the passes are in front of people, you don't have to break your stride. Mugabe still does really well to make Eleanor Hing's job a little bit easier. Still plenty of work to do to finish. And there is Eleanor Hing. 2nd try of the campaign. Another youngster coming through. People are watching maybe for the first time, Natalia, while we have this injury. We can talk about Brython Thunder and Gwalia Lightning, 2 new entities that have been formed in Wales.
Yeah, it's just a chance for girls in Wales to be playing senior rugby again at a high level.
Yeah, no
Whereas before we had like the regional games and post-COVID, they weren't about anymore. So it's so important to have these opportunities for these young girls so they can play against seasoned internationals and other squads and really develop themselves in the women's game, because it is a massive step up from under 18s. It's not just turn up and play. You've got to be working hard like away from the field. So when you come to the field, everything's just easy.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, they're just keeping warmer players at the moment. You've got
The sub on.
the best cover and pitch side for these games. Paramedics here. I think,
Yeah, just to note down, boys.
that's Caddy Lloyds Davis
front row
getting
and
a splint on that left leg. I think it's knee. It could be ankle. There's a lot of talk in the press after yesterday's clash in Dublin about Dupont and what happened to his knee, but you know, it's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? You know, Natalia, you get injured sometimes. You know, there was nothing innocuous in that challenge. Sometimes something can just give.
You know, it's the game we play. You know, injuries are part of the parcel, unfortunately, and I know Caddy, like, she'll work hard to come back even stronger from this. It's just an absolute shame because she has been absolutely awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, does look like a knee. As the replacement, Katie Carr. Sisters.
Anything your side?
Rosie Carr, Katie Carr in the front row together.
Yeah, and you know, it's not a bad replacement at all. Like, Katie Carr she has been involved in the Welsh setup before. She came to WXV in South Africa with us. You know, she is up there and she is competing, and she will work hard on the field and bring something positive, just as Caddy was.
Oh, sorry, yeah, maybe one. That's all.
Sun is in and out at Parker Scanlets. When it's out, it's glorious. It's a bit chilly when it's hidden,
Typical Welsh weather.
but it's dry, and it has been dry. Some Glasgow fans there. Either made the long journey down, or they could, of course, live locally. And it's difficult when you have a long stoppage in play like this. Start of the game, you've done your warm-up, you've got your second wind, you get out there, and then you've got a stoppage like this. It's almost like doing another little warm-up and restarting again.
Yeah, it's definitely a mental challenge, and you know, it'll be a huge telling of the game now to see who's going to attack this next 10 minutes just as we started. So we'll have to see who comes out on top.
Yeah. Caddy Lois Davis. Wish her very well.
When I'm at the back in their set, time will go back on.
Never nice to see injuries. But when you're young, you're coming through, you're just into the Welsh setup, and
2 seconds.
And you get that taken
In
away
and
from
time
you.
on.
But you don't know.
Time on.
We'll wait
Reset.
and see. We'll try and update
I've
you
got to blow the whistle
on
for
Caddy
time on.
Lois Davis. But we're ready to restart.
9.
And restart with a Brython Thunder line out. They lead
Time on.
5-0.
Yep.
Line out contested again. Robin Davis up taking that one. Look, they set the drive again. It worked the first time. They made meters. They're making
Out now.
some headway as well.
Happy with her there, Kai?
Trying to see.
Advantage.
Oh, there we have it.
Blue 4,
Another penalty.
changing binds.
Discipline is key. We saw that at Murrayfield yesterday. Wales discipline in the first half was poor,
Changing
gifting field position
Mark's here, Mark's here.
to Scotland. I
4.
thought Sarah Singleton was going to take that one quickly. I think her forwards and the Brython Thunder captain alongside me is happy that she didn't put it in the corner, get another drive going.
Yeah, definitely. The maul has been going really, really well for Brython, so let's keep revisiting it. Let's keep attacking Glasgow and forcing them to defend that more. But Sarah will always take an opportunity to attack. She's such an electric player, and it's so exciting to watch her play.
Yeah, you want to keep that in someone's armoury, definitely. Especially as a 9, you can change the tempo of a game quite quickly, as long as the forwards are working hard for you. No jumper, they don't like to drive this one, they want to carry it. Cutting back in, and not going to be stopped. Hannah Black, top try scorer for Brython Thunder, with 4 before today's clash. You can make that 5.
Yeah, what an excellent play there. You know, Glasgow were expecting that more, so they were fully committed to that. But to play off it and put Hannah Black into space, you know, she's always going to step up that foot. She's always going to try and find those gaps. So really, really good play by Brython there.
I'm guessing Glasgow thought, well, here comes another drive. You've got to keep defences on their toes and figure things out on field.
Yeah, definitely, and it's having these multiple options is what will put these defences under pressure, and having the maturity to like, right, we're here, let's go for it, is just an awesome development for this team.
Anna Marshall, 67% off the tee before today's clash. Flags it up on that one. 1 from 2 today. And Brython Thunder lead by 12 points to 0. Long restart. Elena Hing. She had time to kick, just doesn't want to.
No, and she'll always take someone on. That's like her DNA as a player, but you know, she'll never back down from contact.
Katie Carr, first receiver there. She has played in the back row for Brython Thunder. That's a long clearance. Glasgow coaches behind me said, have a crack, and they will. Proctor. Good tackle by Sarah Singleton, but McNamara now breaking through tackles. Takes a lot to stop her. Good contest at the breakdown. Super work there. Who was in there? I think it was it Hannah Lane?
Yeah, Hannah Lane.
Hannah Lane, the fullback, the jackler. Just a glimpse there, Natalia, how dangerous Glasgow can be.
Yeah, especially like that back three are dangerous. If we give them the ball, we need to shut them down. But McNamara has just been absolutely incredible for Glasgow this season. You know, she's been carrying so hard.
It's gone forwards.
Oh.
Yeah, a few issues there. I would say it would be a knock-on, and then, of course, it would be offside. So, in my book, that should be or could have been a penalty. But maybe 50-50 call. It'll be a scrum, not a penalty.
Goes it on the 5 here.
And if that's deemed a knock-on, then Ola Proctor has played that. Only Ken Owens gets away with things like that. Scrum. I can't remember another scrum. Have we had a scrum, Natalia? This is the first scrum of the
I
match.
think this is the first one.
Crouch.
Couple of line-outs.
Bind.
First scrum. Always like to take a look at who can get a nudge on, which way. If they can get a nudge on the tight head. Glasgow getting the squeeze on. Got a quick channel one, quick ball, and Black again. Offload to Singleton. That's gone back, says the referee.
I'm not sure she was quite on her feet there. I don't think she was quite supporting her own body weight, but you know, you got to play the ref.
Well, there wasn't really anybody in that Rutgers contest. Had Briar McNamara with the clearance. Hefty right boot. Glasgow needs some possession. They need some ball.
Take the edge of the line.
Yeah, and that all came from a really good scrum from Lisa Coburn. You know, it's so great to see her back playing. I played with her at Worcester. You know, she's a really hard-working player, and she'll be looking for that tight head jersey for Scotland.
No problem with that one. There was a contest, McNamara, and here comes Glasgow trying to get on the outside. Flynn does eventually get it. Out a little bit wider. Oh, it's the Thunder's turn to defend. That's gone forward from the hands. But you can see the Glasgow intent. They want to play.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's just maybe they're carrying it one step too far. Like, just let the ball do the work, because it was really good pressure from Gabby then to really fly up on that player and force that forward pass.
Yeah. Nicole Flynn with a pass. That certainly did go forward. No debating that one. Well, we had the first scrum. The second one comes in a hurry. But certainly, Glasgow put pressure on Brython.
Crouch.
Fletcher, Sutcliffe, Coburn in the front row for Glasgow. Orin, Carr, and another Carr now after that injury to Cabby Loyce-Davis in the front row. Which way is it going to go? It's going in favour of Glasgow. They certainly got the nudge at scrum time in the first one. And again, it happened there, and it's a chance for them now to go somewhere near the Brython 22.
Yeah, and that's going to be a massive confidence boost for them, but definitely some alarm bells for Brython to maybe switch on a bit more for every scrum, so that when it is our ball, we can come away with something positive.
Red.
Yeah.
Keep going, please, 10. Keep
Poppy
on the
Fletcher
AR.
on this side against Katie Carr. You got to be
Hold there,
painting
please.
good pictures. Decisions can go either way. It's so tricky at scrum time, not just for props and hookers, and also for referees. But it's a clean Glasgow line out, and they look to drive this one. Can they find a way to get closer to the Brython whitewash? Well, that'll help a penalty advantage. And they
Keep
trying
them
to
up
get
for
on
me,
the
please,
outside. Heelan with a tackle there. Little snipe by MacDonald, the Glasgow captain, Mary MacDonald. Numbers certainly. Flynn carries, finds Bell, Gemma Bell. Good line by Kubra, Emily Kubra, and the offload as well. Not gone forward, but a metre short of Glasgow Warriors now. Round the corner they come.
Short!
Is that held up? No, it's short, says the referee. A pick and
No
go.
hands, Red. Good work.
Glasgow going to attempt to spread it because they have numbers. Or will the forwards want this one? Oh, they do want it wide. Shifts on from McNamara to Flynn. Can she get the ball down? The answer is yes. Great finish from Nicole Flynn. That last ball from McNamara, putting a fellow centre over. Glasgow's opening try, well worked.
Yeah, Glasgow will be really, really happy with that, but I think it's just coming down to Brython discipline here. Like, the only reason they're in there 22 is through ill discipline, so it's really important now that Jess has given the message that when they get back up there, that it's going to have to be squeaky clean to get on the right side of the ref.
Well, perfect conditions for running rugby and for tries. We've got 17 minutes on the clock. That's the third try of this clash. The last clash of round 10 of the Celtic Challenge. Well, that wasn't pretty, but they all count low from McNamara. Up to 26 points for this campaign. And Glasgow Warriors are up to 7. That's the last ball. Nice little tip on.
Yeah, and she's been so important as well, McNamara, and because she's such a strong carrier, defenders are going to bite in on her, but to have that ability to get the ball away and put someone else into space is also such a hard skill. You know, it's absolutely awesome from her.
Hanging restart. Troman's on the chase.
No, Red!
Walker.
No! Ruck.
Again.
If you want to go.
Well, Natalia, you spoke about discipline, and it happened straight away. A ruck is formed. If the ball was out, then you can go for it, but if it's still in the ruck, there's no hands.
Yeah, I think Ellie Truman's got a bit excited there.
I've got 21 and a half. Yes.
But it's great work from Dana Mugabe initially to, you know,
no
put
worries.
pressure on the breakdown and slow their ball down, but it's just Ellie Truman's getting a little bit too excited and hopping
In
onto
line
the
with the
ball.
AR, please.
Well, you could look at potentially the ball did actually shoot out, but is it worth taking the gamble? Stay on the right side of the referee. Clean Glasgow line out. McNamara out the back door this time. They have numbers. Hing defending for her life there. She jumped on that ball. Oh no, Glasgow have won that back. MacDonald trying to turn Brython Thunder. There's space there if this sits up nicely. It does. Tromans kicks again and backs her pace. If she puts boot the ball, or will it sit up for her? Oh, great cover. But that's gone forward. Oh, Singleton.
First knock on blue.
Two knock-ons, I think. There was a chance there.
Red scrum.
Was it Norval covering?
Blue.
I think it was coming across. Great speed by the Glasgow Warriors right winger. But great awareness and play by Ellie Tromans.
Yeah, I was almost out of my seat then. What an exciting thing from her. And as her as a player, she's always going to be looking for that space in the backfield, and she'll always back herself to go for those balls. It's just the one time maybe at the end there. It didn't quite pay off, but gosh, that was nearly an incredible try.
Same for you then as well, okay?
Seeing this come across super cover. There's a little knock on there, and Singleton, if she'd have collected it, she'd have slid over. But it's a perfect attacking position now for Brython Thunder. They look to respond after that Glasgow try. But they will be under pressure at scrum time. They need to switch on.
Hold there, hold
Quick
there.
ball at the base. Rogers, Marshall, ball out wide. Stretching over. Hannah Lane, second try for the North Walian in Brython Thunder colours. Great response.
Yeah, definitely. And Brython wasted no time. They're just letting that ball do the work, moving it, quick hands, getting it to the fast people on the outside. You couldn't want anything more.
Makes things a lot harder playing with width for your
Fine for me.
your outside half who's
back to
kicking
you.
a goal. All of Hannah Marshall's conversions are going to be from the touchline. But she won't complain, I'm sure. That's the finish from Hannah Lane. Under 18s last year, now in senior rugby, of course, that's what happens. Getting exposure at the top level.
Yeah, and as she's come in, she's, you know, brought in such a great skill set. And, you know, for all the young girls coming through, maybe before, like, they didn't have as good of a skill set because it wasn't the pathway. And, like, this is just showing, like, you give these girls the opportunities and, like, consistent training, they'll be coming away and putting in some awesome work.
No conversion for Hannah Marshall from the touchline, but it's 17-7. You've had a big stoppage as we watch the replay again. Singleton, Marshall, Hannah Lane, ball in front, no break of stride. Always tough to defend. Long restart again. Bit of confusion there. Heelan trying to play out of trouble. Trying to catch the ball over her shoulder, and potentially should have left that one for Eleanor Hing again. Marshall looking for the safety of the touchline. And she does find it. Excellent clearance. It's a bit of a breeze, but it's more of a swirly breeze always at Parker Scarlets. Not really behind anybody, Natalia, today.
No, but like with someone like Hannah, like she's such an exciting young player. You know, she really, really backs herself, which I think is so important when you're coming up into this level.
Let's speed this up, please.
Glasgow line out. 4 tries already in this clash. Glasgow on the hunt for a second. Brython have pinched it, and they look to go. Singleton using the fend. And they need a 9 now. Rogers.
Ripped, so that's fine.
That's ripped in the tackle. That's McNamara
No hands now.
causing
Lost.
havoc in there again. She wanted a penalty. She doesn't get it.
I'm not quite sure if Siren tried to release and get up and go again then, but maybe the safer option was just to take it in and rebuild.
Well, they want to play. And Mugabe will always look to bust through a tackle. Good counter by Flynn. Just making it a little bit harder for Brython Thunder to get set at ruck time as Robin Davis carries. A little bit isolated. The ball away. Out the back door that time. There's Bluck. Pace onto the ball. Super by Heelan. Heelan backs herself. She's going under the sticks. Well, we wanted tries on this glorious afternoon at Parker Scarlets, and there's a bonus point score for Brython Thunder. What a finish.
Yeah, they gave her an inch there and she took a mile. What awesome work as well. Keep the ball in 2 hands, keep the defence guessing, and she took the right option there to just absolutely back herself and go for it.
Well, I'm looking forward to see this replay. You can't question the intent, and when things come off, really worth watching. Just decides to straighten there, and he said ball in 2 hands. It just makes the defender think then, Natalia, that she's going to pass. No real dummy, just ghosted through.
Yeah, I definitely think Mary McDonald there, she bit up too hard, like on the outside, which gave Gabby Heenan that space to cut back in. So, you know, maybe as the backline there, they need to be talking a bit better and staying connected and using that touchline as the extra defender.
Successful conversion. I was too busy watching the replays, really, and enjoying that try for Gabby Heenan. Second start, a second try. We'll try and have a listen, because our clock is not directly linked to the referee, who is the sole arbiter of time.
Get back four.
In this clash, there is no timing official here. All on the watch between the officials. Davis out the back door, offload to Singleton. Good contest at the breakdown. Turn that over. Fantastic work. Walker in there. McNamara over the top to Ola Proctor. Gabby gets cleared out of that one. Black, she's won that now as well. It's a good contest. Jess Rogers in there as well. Now we're holding on.
Advantage.
No clear release potentially there by Poppy Fletcher. It's a penalty advantage. Marshall. No advantage. Back they will
The
come.
tackler hadn't cleared the area.
Yeah, I think it was for not rolling away there, which wasn't allowing them to get the turnover. But how exciting, you know, it's end-to-end stuff. Like, they're trying to go for the ball.
Yeah.
Both of the teams want the ball desperately, and, you know, for the brand of rugby, they're both trying to play. It's exactly what we want to see.
Have we got a ball?
What we want to see indeed in the Celtic Challenge.
Mark's here.
24-7. It doesn't kind of feel that kind of game, does it? You know, that it's a big advantage for Brython Thunder at the moment. But Glasgow, you know they're dangerous. They're still very much in this game.
Take the line.
Yeah, and throughout the season, we've seen that this Glasgow team, especially when they come out in the second half, they almost, you know, are a completely different team. They will always keep fighting. So I think it's super important for Brython to just stay switched on, keep going through their plays and keep building up the points.
The words of Brython Thunder captain alongside me, Natalia John. Injured, not involved today. Very impartial, I must add.
Tackle! She's released.
Singleton. Done
Advantage,
again there.
that's high.
Done the same thing, just left it. Got back to her feet, played the ball again.
Plain advantage.
Still an advantage, and that's a great offload from Jess Rogers. And guess who's through the middle again? Only looking one way. Has she released that? No, she hasn't. She's going to get penalised.
You were held. You need to release the ball.
She was held on both knees. Simply has to put that ball down and go again. Just fancied another try, really, didn't she?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just proof that, you know, she's not quite as experienced as these other players, and it's like mistakes like that will show it. But, you know, she is still very exciting.
She's another one just out of under-18s rugby.
Yeah, and it's, again, so important for all of these players to get this sort of exposure.
Talk about strength and condition and things. Obviously, they haven't been involved in this kind of setup before. So you're almost doing a little bit of catch-up, even at this young age. Strength and conditioning and those kind of programs are vital, aren't they?
Down there.
Yeah, definitely, and it's mostly for injury prevention. You know, we want these girls to be robust, and having all of this pathway and all of these opportunities to build up that robustness is only going to credit them for having even longer careers than what girls are having nowadays.
No, that one was fine. That one was fine.
So that was fine, it was not that, it was
the one,
something else.
yeah, the one down here where you're holding her up. The tackle's gone, and then they turn
Just
the
a
right way, but you still have to get back before you can go forward.
Injury for Glasgow.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like that, but I don't know.
There is Gabby Heenan.
Okay.
Big, deep
11,
breaths,
okay.
filling the lungs.
Time on. No, it's from back over here.
I think they'll be glad for the break.
Yeah, it's been an open clash.
Just under 12.
28 minutes on our clock. I'm trying to listen into the referee for timings. Brian McNamara, penalty in
Timing,
midfield.
please, Blue.
Won't be a problem for her right boot to get to the far touchline. Finds that safely. And Glasgow will still be under a little bit of pressure. Brython Thunder have pinched the odd line out as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be important for Glasgow to go for a maul, because their maul has been quite effective.
I've spoken to you
and
once,
taking that back ball, because it seems that Brython are defending quite close to the front, so take the opportunities that you're being given.
Back, please. Okay, fine.
Full line out. They're going to double jump. Oh, it's a good contest and a good... Well, they've lost it at the front there. And it's gone forward.
Such a shame, because I think they would have got such a good rumble on then if they kept that ball, because they had the setup all right. It's just sometimes it just doesn't go to hand.
Knock on.
Maybe a Glasgow scrum, which is one aspect of the game they have had complete control, I would say.
So I'll always
when Brython needed to switch on 5 metres out under the sticks, they did it. But they've had a couple of scrums where they've been under considerable pressure.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you got to remember that Katie Carr was quite fresh to the field and hadn't quite maybe got her flow on yet. So it'd be really important for her now to really keep the Glasgow loose head away.
Brython must have switched on. It's a contest there. The ball is there, available to play. The referee going to play it away.
Advantage.
Apologies if you're picking up some language.
One.
If you can pick the language up, you'll pick the accent as well. It's Scottish.
Yeah, I agree, Kai.
Yeah, I think Glasgow are going to keep looking for those penalties in the scrum, because they're getting a lot of reward from it. So I won't be surprised they'll kick further down the field, get a rumble on, and hopefully if they're scrumming again, they're going to get into the Brython 22, play the ball wide, and we should see a repeat of the first try.
Yeah, good kick from McNamara. Good distance on that one. Gives Glasgow Warriors a good attacking platform.
Numbers. Blue on the line, Kai. 6.
There is Brian McNamara. Auckland born. The top try scorer and point scorer for Glasgow. Top of the jump, perfect stuff. Walker with a take, and look at that drive from the Warriors now. Eating meters. Sutcliffe ball back in her hands. Thunder.
Broken away now.
Got to work hard.
She's fine there.
They've managed to do that. How's that gone to deck? Chances out wide if that ball had gone to hand. It eventually gets to Ola Proctor. Good tackle by Hannah Bluck. Singleton tries to get her hands on that ball. There's Gemma Bell. Staying big.
Get back
Kubra with the carry.
too.
Glasgow now maintaining possession. Walker with another carry. Ainsworth, lovely hands, getting the ball wide to Noval. Oh, breaking through tackles on the front foot now at Glasgow. A lot of width on their game as well. Stretching the Thunder defence.
Advantage, red, offside.
Offside, Brython in midfield. Hands needed. But the captain McDonald spots a hole, goes for it.
Knock on there, but we're coming back for the offside. Here. I'm not on the mark
That's no
yet.
advantage. There's a knock
Here.
on.
Okay.
No high tackle.
Yep.
No real decision to be made here.
Yeah,
There's no
I've got
point in
5.
taking 3 points, is there?
Red offside there.
I'd back yourselves here. I think Glasgow have had really
Just wait for the 9.
strong drive, so maybe go for that corner, have an opportunity to get over the line. But their speed of ball has been absolutely fantastic. It's been really stressing the Brython defence, and they just need to keep playing on top, and they should come away with another try if they just keep that momentum.
1.
There's a couple of injuries for Brython Thunder. Singleton was down.
Oh, thank you.
I think Stella Orin as well was getting some treatment.
Let's set straight and square on an angle and go through.
Will Glasgow call for a scrum? Yeah, a full penalty in the shadow of the sticks. Great attacking platform.
Yeah, and we definitely know how dangerous their scrum is, so it definitely wouldn't be a bad option here.
9, but now we're time back on. Go. Time back on.
What is the option? Looking for a signal. I think they have called for a scrum.
Scrum called.
option either side of the scrum for Glasgow Warriors. With the new laws coming in about what you can do, where can you defend as a 9, the 8-9-15 move of old can come back in. You create some space. It's kind of what Brython Thunder did off the scrum as well.
Girls, wait. We spoke
Wouldn't be surprised to see Emily
If you
Cobra
come down
feed
and you
McDonald
adjust, I have no issues.
and go on the right side here.
Take a step back for me then.
If they win the
and
ball,
come down
of course.
on the mark. Perfect. Crouch!
Long time on the set, this one.
Bind! Set!
Now we are set to go. Glasgow. Yeah, there we go. 8-9. Ball out the back door. Ainsworth. Fast feet. She was under pressure. Did very well there. Quick ball again. That's Bell with an offload. McNamara. Low tackle. Chopped down by Bluck. Plucked out of the air by Lisa Coburn. And Natalia John alongside me spoke of the quickness and the tempo to the Glasgow game. Well, they are recycling the ball quickly now. Bell.
Step, red step! Advantage.
Offside again.
10 red.
Thunder in midfield. Hannah Marshall, the guilty party. Bravery again by Ainsworth going for the gap.
Back.
They know they've got a penalty. You might as well try something, and try. They do. Emily Norval over in the corner. Again, another super work try from the Scottish outfit.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about speed of ball plenty of times now, but that's what can kill defences, especially if they're not working hard or like they're overfolding, underfolding, and it makes those decisions so much harder when teams are just constantly coming at you, and that's what Glasgow did really, really well here.
Yeah, Cathy Ainsworth has got to take some credit. The 10 as well. She's taken a lot of the ball to the line as she put the Thunder defence under pressure.
Yeah, definitely, and they're not afraid to move the ball, and I think that just makes for such an exciting attack. And you know, we spoke about Glasgow really growing into a game, and they are going to keep doing that, and if they keep getting the confidence from the set piece that they get in, it's just going to hopefully keep going better for them.
Brian McNamara, tough conversion from the far touchline. Saw the branding of the Celtic Challenge. This is the last game of this season. Been entertaining. Wolfhounds are the champions. The upright. Funny kicking style. She's like my 3 irons in golf. Low, bit of fade. As we see the try again, but unsuccessful for McNamara and Glasgow. So it's Brython Thunder 24, Glasgow now 12. Thanks to this cracking score by Emily Norval. Marshall finds Freya Walker. Good counter, making it a little bit harder for McDonald at the base. But as Natalia John, Glasgow are always in games. They always keep playing. McNamara's right boot, a serious weapon. Looking for green space. How does the ball bounce? Great reaction from Sutcliffe there. And that's a good kick as well. Chance of a 50-22 if the ball bounces, but still a great nudge.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why she's so dangerous. She's always looking up, she's always looking for this space, and she'll always put Glasgow on the front foot.
There is Brian McNamara. Don't be surprised to see her trucking this ball up as well. First phase does come through her.
No.
10 and 12 working in unison.
Yeah, I will.
Cathy Ainsworth and Brian McNamara. And
First
Brython.
red, second blue.
Not quite straight enough there, so they will be under pressure. They had scrum or a line-out option, and no surprise to see them elect for a scrum again.
Yeah, it was great pressure from Glasgow in the line-out to get up and just get in the eye line of the jumper and like force the error.
Don't bind early. Take a step, please. Thank you.
Mary MacDonald, the Glasgow Warriors captain, the club captain.
Thank you.
Ali Tucker, she's wearing 17, she's on the bench. Expect to see her at some point, and it's great to have that kind of experience to come on in the second half.
Crouch!
When you're chasing the game.
Bind!
But how many points will they be chasing Thunder down by half-time? That's the question, because Glasgow are on a bit of a roll. The momentum has shifted in their favour.
Advantage!
McNamara, it's a penalty advantage again, as Proctor. She'll go for the outside. She's lost the ball in contact forward. But they know they have
coming back for the penalty.
a penalty advantage. 10 offside again. Hannah Marshall, second time. Was it? I'm trying to listen. The referee is low in my ears, but was she up early? Is the line not over? Potentially that.
Well, it was a really, really solid scrum. You know, there wasn't really much movement. So
I beg your pardon, it was a scrum. Thanks.
But it's just getting overexcited maybe, and especially if you've done it a couple of times, the linesmen are going to be looking for that. So it's maybe just taking an extra few steps. You know, we talked again about being squeaky clean, about getting the ref back on side.
Well, McNamara has put that one right in the corner. Terrific nudge, 5 metres out.
Yeah, the ball boy's coming, Carl. Hold there, please, Blue.
Marshall has had a warning. If she's offside again, she will have 10 minutes to contemplate things in the bin. Super line-out for Glasgow again. Here comes the drive. Well, they break away. It's Bell that's broken away. Who's got the ball? Glasgow still have it. Done well there. And a time your runs. Oh, super pickup from her toes. I think that was Poppy Fletcher, was it? Great pickup. The ball low, very low at her feet, but it's a third try for the Warriors. They're right back in this clash.
Yeah, it was a really, really solid maul. There wasn't quite going anywhere, but because Brython had committed so many numbers to the maul, that space was just on the outside of it. And just build it up from that, they were able to get the ball out quick. And what a pickup that is. Off the shoelaces.
Who said props have no skill? Look at that, in abundance from Poppy Fletcher. It's her third start in the row. Her club, she's at Edinburgh University. That'll be on a show reel. And the way Glasgow is shaping, I think this could be half-time, because they're heading towards the dugout as McNamara attempts the conversion. Oh, she's missed that one. How crucial will that be come the end of this clash? She had a terrific first half, but she won't be happy with that effort. Half time at Parker Scarlets. It's Brython Thunder with a bonus point. 24, Glasgow Warriors 17. But this is a serious clash now, Natalia. There'll be some words, especially in the Brython Thunder dressing room from Ashley Beck. And knowing what Glasgow can offer in the second half, it's important to get things right again.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, what's so important for these young girls, we've been here before, you know, when we played against Edinburgh at home, you know, they were leading for the majority of the game, but it's just having that maturity and having that understanding that if we keep going back to what we're very good at, which is playing through the set piece, we can hopefully come back a bit more into this game.
There's the half-time score. Brython Thunder 24, Glasgow Warriors 17. Let's take a look through the tries that we've had in that first half. 7 of them. Brython, well, they started on fire. Getting in the outside channel. Mugabe with the offload. First one for Eleanor Hing. Really well worked try.
Yeah, definitely. I think the girls have been working hard on these set plays, and it's just proof that if we do just keep working through it and keep, you know, going through all of our roles correctly, then the space will open up somewhere.
Certainly, Brython had the upper hand in the first 25 minutes, I would say, of this. First 2 tries before Glasgow got on the board. They tried something different here, didn't they?
Yeah, like it's a dummy drive here because like Glasgow are expecting a good drive after the success of their first few drives from Brython. So it's like it was just the 2 centres pulling back and exploiting the space that will turn up when people are over chasing when they're under pressure.
A good fend as well from Hannah Black. It was Brython 12, Glasgow 0. But Glasgow responded. Flynn got over. We thought that they were going to keep it tight, but they decided to open it up a little bit, and soft hands from McNamara opened a little gap for Flynn to go through.
Yeah, and she'll do that all day. You know, she's such a dangerous player and she's really proven it. So yeah, everyone will just keep wanting to play off her and she'll just keep following that positivity.
Did well to get the ball down there as well. 12-7 with a conversion. And this was an attacking scrum for Thunder, under pressure again. The passing crisp, especially this last one from Marshall to Hannah Lane. 3rd try right in the corner. Scrum a bit of a worry for Thunder?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's coming down to discipline, and the last 2 scrums in this half were excellent. You know, they were solid scrums, they weren't really moving anywhere, so it's just building that confidence back up in the set piece and just being squeaky clean in this half. We don't want to give Glasgow any ins into the Brython 22, and hopefully coming out in the second half they'll have talked about it and will come out with a bit more of a fresh mindset.
Well, look at this mindset to go all the way. Oh, there was a bit of a dummy. Didn't give her credit for that, really. A ball in 2 hands. And that bonus point try for Gabby Heelan made it 24-7 with a simple conversion for Hannah Marshall. But as we discussed, Brython never in complete control, were they?
No, and that's a credit to Glasgow. You know, they've been working hard in defence, and maybe like the difference from last week is they're not doing as many double shots, they're not holding up Brython as much, so they're giving them that space to play into. So I can imagine now they're in the changing rooms talking about how are they going to fix that for the second half.
And this was the Glasgow response. They were 24-7 down, but they did respond, and in some style as well. MacDonald, ball wide out to Emily Novell. That was the first response. A couple of angles of this one. Ainsworth again taking the ball to the line, making the Brython Thunder defence retreat, and nothing they could do to stop Novell from going over. Her 2nd try of the Celtic Challenge. And there was one more try as well. Bell broke away. I thought for a second that Brython had pinched that one, but it was a little offload. And then watch this pickup. Natalia John, talk us through this.
It is absolutely awesome. You know, maybe the pass was under a bit of pressure, but off the shoelaces, you couldn't ask for much more. Great hammy mobility.
Yeah, absolutely. Poppy Fletcher picks this one from the deck and flops over. There's the tip on, so low. Oh, not even a half volley. Brilliant. And the power to crash over as well.
Yeah, there was no one stopping her.
Yeah, no conversion though for Briar McNamara, which means it's Brython Thunder 24, Glasgow Warriors 17 at half-time. These 2 teams met in round 9 in Glasgow. Let's take a look at what happened.
Hello and welcome to Scotstoun Stadium for the Celtic Challenge Round 9 match, Glasgow Warriors against Brython Thunder. In the 22 again, Glasgow are working hard in that defence. Brython trying to make inroads, Lucy Isaac. And again it's Heelan, she's got a try to her name already this competition against the Wolfhounds. She'll be looking to get one more.
Tackle, move!
And again Brython in that 5 metre area, working hard, and it's a try. They're over that line. There's a great passage of play there. Again, just being alive. Seren Singleton come here and we'll see the replay. Who's got that? It might well be Gwen Crabb. That on her return from injury, she played the first 3 rounds. We just see here. It's a pick and go. And just straight over the top, just driving through, leg drive through. And it's Gwen Crabb. Excellent try there from the Brython Thunder, 2nd row.
Singleton brings so much energy to that Brython Thunder team. She gets them on the front foot, both in terms of her quick tap plays, but also...
And again, ball goes. Robin Davis is on the ball. Good tackle there. Again, it's a real fight of that breakdown. Brython are happy just to go through that phase, and there's numbers on the left there. The forwards just happy going through Singleton, recycling, driving forward. And again, just going through those phases. Super happy there. And again, it's a try. And again, it's quite that perfect. 2 tries for Gwen Grab. Outstanding play. We knew she would make a difference today, but 2 tries within 22 minutes. Outstanding for Brython Thunder. She's really playing off Singleton, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. She's doing a fantastic job. Singleton's just controlling those forwards, saying, I want another one, I want another one, I want another one. The backs are busy. Despite that, you can see Marshall. She's just orchestrating, trying to find where those gaps are, but she hasn't needed to be used yet. The forwards are dominant.
McDonald choosing a good option.
Casey released.
Edging their way to that try line. Proctor strong in that tackle, strong in the contact.
Leave the ball, no hands.
On the 5-metre line. Can they have that patience? Ailey Tucker coming round that corner.
Back. Back. 6.
Coming over. And again, driving forwards. They've got advantage. Briar McNamara. 6 tries to her name. Can she get another one? And she can! What an outstanding try from Briar McNamara. That was patient, it was methodical, and then it was released through Briar McNamara, the danger player we talked about. 7 tries for her.
So interesting to see there Glasgow and how they're looking to attack in this 22. Every single one of their carries through their forwards pods there was a tip. They are looking to find those soft shoulders. They're looking to get on top of that defence by just moving the point of contact very slightly further. Then they get their forwards doing the hard yards, coming round the corner, getting those pick and goes going, and then Briar McNamara, albeit she had about 5 or 6 defenders in front of her, but you're not stopping her from there. She is such a strong ball carrier. They knew that they had the advantage and the penalty coming, so they could afford to sling that wide. They could afford to give her time on ball. She fends off 1, 2, and such a strong ball carry to go over the line. Fantastic.
Samir just not able to quite get hand to ball, and again Brython looking to go a bit wider. And again managing to go out wide. Hannah Lane down that right touchline. Abby Evans just managing to stop, but it's a good pass. And again, Tromans is on that ball. Abby Evans is chasing, but it's a superb finish by Tromans. Absolutely superb for their 3rd try, for Brython Thunder's 3rd try. Tromans takes that well.
Glasgow will be frustrated with that line out, but watch how this Brython Thunder are defending that line out. They have got 4 players within the 1st metre of that line out. They then have Hannah Marshall sitting on the tail of that. They are throwing their defensive line out jumper up really high. That's where that turnovers come from, and then it's just the ability to get that ball wide. Through the hands, fantastically slick passing, 2-on-1 there. Really great defensive read by Orla Proctor to get up, but she doesn't quite stop that offload, and then it's a good bit of pace. We've talked about how much pace those wingers and fullback from this Brython Thunder team have, and you're not going to stop them there. The support was fantastic, and the finish from Tromans under the sticks as well.
Yeah, it was that link play from Hing. She just manages to sport play Lane, and Tromans finishing superb.
Moving back the way.
Great take there, on the shoulder. That's Yeoman's read it so well. Can she make it? She's just held up short. Can Glasgow just go through the phases?
Go back.
Abby Evans, it went back. And she scores. What a break by Ainsworth, and then the recycle. Try by Abby Evans. 2nd try for the Warriors today.
Ainsworth has such a variation in her attack. She can sit back and she can distribute. She can give her 12s, her 13s loads of time on ball, or she takes it right up to the line. She identifies the space, she gets that offload away to Kate Yeomans, she just gets held up short, and then it's a fantastic bit of identification from Mary McDonald. Loose pass to Abby Evans, but she manages to scoop it up, and it goes backwards, so she manages to just flop over the line.
Yeah, no, great take to see it once again.
That tackle on Hannah Lane, but they'll be frustrated to have let them back in here.
And it's a good take by McGabby again.
Okay, off the mark.
And again, they're trying to drive forward. Glasgow trying to disrupt, but it's organised. They're still driving forward. Can they get the ball down? They're trying. And it looks like a try there. Try there for Brython Thunder in that corner for Matt. And I think it might be Danny McGabby.
Yeah, it's either McGabby or Rogers. I'm not sure who's got the ball in their hands when they come up there.
We'll get that confirmed for you. But it was a well-executed line-out in terms of organisation.
Yeah, exactly.
There we have it.
Exactly, in terms of the drive, it's just a solid 8-pack. Driving really hard, their height's nice and low. It's something that Glasgow did really well to defend on this right-hand side early in the second half.
Tough at that breakdown. Katie Carr there too. And again, Mellenby, an opportunity for Mellenby deep. She's got support there. Roma Fraser. She too likes to run from deep. Excellent play there, excellent play. Can she find the space? Can she? But she's got the feet, she's got the swerve, she's got the dummy. She's in the 22, Fair Walker's trying to get with her. She'll make it. An amazing try by Roma Fraser, right from her own 22 to the upper try line. Glasgow's third try of the day. Roma Fraser, take a bow.
Outstanding from Roma Fraser. Poppy Mellenby, that ball just, she loses vision of it. It goes in between her legs, and the kind of Brython Thunder defence are kind of bearing down on the pair of them. She just lifts it to Roma Fraser, who doesn't panic. She sees what's in front of her and she takes each defender as they come. She finds a bit of space on that outside to begin with, and then she just uses that vision, she uses that footwork of her. She's got ball in two hands to begin with, you don't know what she's going to do, then she transfers it. First step, second step, she goes round the outside, she's got the pace, then she's got that 15 to beat. Again, she is so level-footed. She goes on the inside, step again to step that last defender, and then she's got the pace to go over in the corner. A fantastic bit of individual skill there from Roma Fraser.
And the conversion just going wide of the sticks there. So the scoreline is 26 to Brython Thunder, 17 to Glasgow Warriors. Rachel, player of the match, your thoughts?
Yeah, such a tough one we have had. Such a great contest here today. I think definitely
Well, officials are coming back out. All set for the second half. Apologies, we had to cut the highlights short, but this live game is more important than highlights, because we have another cracker at Parc Scanlets. Currently Brython Thunder lead 24 points to 17 against the Glasgow Warriors. 4 tries against 3, but this is a serious clash, and Glasgow had all the momentum leading up to half-time. What's this second half got in store in the Celtic Challenge? Important to start this second half well. There's a Katie Carr with a good carry. Singleton spots a gap, but that gap is shut quite quickly by Sutcliffe. That's gone forward. Robin Davis just lost that one.
Yeah, she slightly overran the line there. You can see what they're trying to move the ball into space, but maybe Gwen Crabb there should just held onto the ball a little bit longer because she'd overgone, because Gwen Crabb is such a strong carrier and could have definitely taken people on herself.
Same again, forward. Take a step, please.
Second. In. Lucius. Got you, Pops. Let's go. Second. Let's go, Poppy.
First scrum of this second half then. Glasgow put in.
Coach!
They've had dominance at scrum time.
Bind!
Definitely something the Thunder coaches would have spoken about. Got to switch on. Solid. Good strike by Sutcliffe. Don't say that often in the modern game. A strike by the hooker. It certainly was one then. McNamara uses the fend on Heelan. Through she goes. Ball back inside. Not gone forward. Back out of the hand. Out of the left hand. Still Glasgow ball. And looking to play. Getting the ball through the hands. Walker.
Take set.
Well, same pattern as the end of the first half at the start of this second. Glasgow in possession. Putting Brython under pressure. Good hands again by Fletcher. A kick over the top. Time to call for the mark. No mark called by Gwen Crabb, who's wearing 6. Catherine Jones is wearing 5 in the second row. Marshall back in the pocket. Old school spiral. Clears the pressure exceptionally well. Intended or not, that was a beauty.
Yeah, I don't think I'd quite expect a forward to call a mark there, but, you know, great take from her under a lot of pressure. It's just important that we just get a hold on the second half. I think, you know, Glasgow come out really firing, so it's important for Brython now to just really go back at them and not sit off and let Glasgow take that space.
Bit of treatment for Poppy Fletcher as we see the clearance again.
The person at the front, make sure you're in line with her. Like we spoke about, if they creep, you don't. Defence stand still. Then I'll manage it like we spoke about.
Tiny bit of treatment and a long stoppage in the first half because of an injury to Caddy Loyce-Davis. Sounds like a knee injury, but potentially
strong message on that
not
then, Kai.
That bad.
Strong messages on that then.
Wait and see. She'll need to get scanned. But
gap.
Poppy Fletcher is fit and ready to go again. Bit of tape on the right wrist. Glasgow line out. 40 out from the Thunder try line. They've competed well. Brython. Brave throw to the back coming up. Great throw as well. Brilliant line out and a drive. Putting pressure on Brython and a great offload. Here comes Sutcliffe again, really growing into the game. She started that with a super throw to the back. Oh, just scragged. Marshall. Well, the ball was in the air. We're lucky enough to see things again. But Thunder are under some serious pressure. Again back in the pocket. Marshall. Again another spiral. And again another brilliant clearance. Okay, that is intentional. And another great clearance.
Take the line,
Yeah, and it's great hustle from Brython. You know, they're working hard to get that ball back, and when they do get that ball back, they're patient. You know, they're making sure they're all in the right spaces so that Hannah Marshall can get a good opportunity to exit.
It's always brave because you're back in the pocket. Usually you see the 9 in the modern game using the box kick to clear, but when you've got a weapon and a right boot like that, well, give her the ball every time. Glasgow line, bang on halfway. Tried it once, why not try it again? And that's worked, not gone forward. Bell breaks away. Good tackle by Catherine Jones and a steal by Mugabe.
Great turnover.
Oh, but that's a penalty or a turnover for Glasgow now. Ping pong at the breakdown. Straight out.
Straight out, Kai.
Yeah, assistant referee.
Yeah, the mark's there if you want to go.
And the referee, Amber Stamp Dunstan. Get that one bang on. Real contest at the breakdown now.
Yeah, that turnover was almost so good by Dana Mugabe. Like, she didn't have the
please.
support around her to make sure we kept it. And I think that's what we're going to need to see from Brython now, is the urgency, because both teams are desperate for this win. So both teams are going to fight tooth and nail.
to the back from Thunder. What have they got to offer behind? Meg Webb is on wearing 22. Trying to see who's gone. Is it Hannah Bluck potentially has left?
Take a step. Good work.
I think it is. But this is something the Thunder haven't had a lot of in the last 20 minutes or so. Ball. Webb. Ball out wide. A kick over the top. All bounce dependent.
Knock on.
Singleton has it. It's a knock-on advantage. McNamara in there, making a mess of things. There's a little injury as well. I think it might be Singleton down, is it? Not sure.
I'm not sure if it's a head injury.
It could be a head injury, so referee quite rightly calls a halt to play. But much better for Thunder.
Pardon?
Down that far side, quick ball. Electing to kick, I think it was Ellie Tromans again, was it, with the kick?
I haven't either.
Yeah, she's used well to find space.
Yeah, like we said before, she'll always back herself to look for that space in behind, especially when you know there's a brick wall of Glasgow players in front of you. You've got to try something different. What I'd like to see Brython do now is move the ball a bit more. At the minute we're going up these one truck carries when the space is out wide.
Yeah, agree.
I think it is, and it's Ellie Tromans that's getting some treatment. Couldn't spot anything there at all.
Yeah.
Another good crowd watching the Celtic Challenge clash again today at Parc Scarlets. Big ask as well. It's lunchtime on a Sunday. It's great to see them out here. A lot of family, a lot of friends, a lot of players from Gwalia here as well. The Gwalia Lightning. See, spotted Maisie Davis there.
Head injury.
Yeah, it's great because, like, you know, the Gwalia girls are they're all really good friends. All of these girls have played together at like under 20s, under 18s, and at universities together. So you know, they're all really good friends. It's just so nice to see that support for Welsh rugby.
What's the pathway look like in Wales for someone who's maybe 15, 16 in the women's game? What is the pathway? What is the best way to go?
I think especially when you're reaching like 15, 16, it's like these player development centres that they've set up now. Like I know they've got one in the east, one in west, and they've got one up north as well. It's getting into those sort of setups, and then from there go into these teams in the Celtic Challenge so you can develop your game further.
Fionn Davis, she's part of the Valley Vixens, I think. Capel Hendre, she's from. Inside information always helps the commentators. But it's Ellie Tromans getting some treatment, and I think they've made the change. It's another crucial cog of the Thunder team. Suffering with an injury. They've lost Caddy Loyce-Davis. Now Tromans, who's been very effective.
That mark if there's nobody there to contest them all. It's been good so far. Okay,
taking the time there.
It's been okay so far because the ball's been at the front.
I can't remember about Tromans. I think I'm off the top of my head. Did she come through the trial system into Brython and the Gwalia system? They did do an open trial, didn't they?
Yeah. So I know she's been playing at uni. But since she's graduated, she went to the trials, and yeah, she's really like, blossomed. Like last year, she was playing centre for us, but has really found some strength on the wing. And you know, like these attacking kicks that she's putting in, like it's really exciting to watch her play because she's always looking for what's next, what's my next opportunity, and she's a really incredible player. And it's such a loss to see her go off now.
They had possession.
Will be Brython ball. Tromans looks like she's smiling. She's okay. No real problems, but I think they've made the substitution anyway. Last game of the season. You don't want to go off, but you know, don't aggravate anything. Like in your case, a calf muscle. There's no real need. If this was a deciding match to take the title, things might be different, but there's no need to push anything.
No, and there's always the bigger picture as well. Like we have, you know, the under 20s Six Nations coming up, and like hopefully she'll be, you know, pivotal there. So it's important that, you know, we look after players and like make sure that they recover properly for big opportunities.
Yeah, the opportunity now is for Fionn Davis, wearing 23. 2 changes. Meg Webb 22 on, and Fionn Davis 23 in the Thunder backline.
Set! Yeah, hold
Quick
there,
ball.
no, you can't move anymore.
Decent platform. Rogers, Singleton, out the back door. Marshall, out again. There's Fionn. Gets the ball to Hing. Looking for the outside. Good cover by Aroma Fraser. And pinch that ball. It's been called and clashed a ruck, is it? Or hands on the deck?
14, off feet first.
Off feet first. Just picked that up on the ref mic. And into the corner, not wasting any time. Brython Thunder and Hannah Marshall.
Take the line. Off feet first.
Well, that angle doesn't show us much. Emily Norval looked pretty legal there, but the best angle would be the other one to see if there were hands indeed on the deck. Who's in the best position? The referee. This is a chance for the Thunder, a chance you feel that they need to take because they've been under some pressure. Hitting a line is Meg Webb this time. Surprised they didn't drive that one. There's Gwen Crabb, hat-trick up in Glasgow. Been kept quiet today. Singleton spots it. Oh, the ball would have gone through the hands of Rogers there. Good hands now. Hing. Oh, has she held on to that? Yes, she has. And Catherine Jones going over. I think it was. I thought she dropped it, but she's smiling. She knows she hung on to that one. Just come back into the Thunder setup, been out with injuries, getting back into the swing of things in rugby, and what a finish.
Yeah, and what a spot from Siren as well. She saw the space out there, and great take from Meg Webb there. She's such a dangerous attacking player, and she'll always put people into space, but they've definitely been sharing the sticky spirit between the two changing rooms.
Yeah, what a finish. Certainly got it down. We're lucky to see replays and things. No TMO in the Celtic Challenge. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's certainly one to discuss after the weekend of men's Six Nations rugby. But you did feel that the first points of this second half were crucial in this Celtic Challenge contest. Just short from Hannah Marshall, and it's a fifth try for Brython Thunder. They now lead 29 points to 17, but we know how dangerous Glasgow Warriors can be as we look at this finish again.
And I think it's been a much better discipline in the second half so far, so it's really, really important now for Brython to stay switched on, keep building through the phases and keep breaking down this Glasgow defence, because they are so strong when they get up high.
Restart. Davis underneath this one. A little bit upright into contact, but she does get to the deck.
Advantage.
Oh, Glasgow. I feel Norval a little bit unlucky to be penalised there, but it is a penalty advantage as Rosie Carr goes on a trundle. Marshall in the pocket, decides to have a pop. Catherine Jones to Hing. Did she hurdle? Is that allowed? Singleton. Game is opening up now. Tempo to the Brython game, but great work defensively there by MacDonald. No advantage, or not enough of it, deemed by the referee. Back we will go for a Brython penalty.
You were fine. Yeah. No.
Just under half an hour left on our clock in this Celtic Challenge clash. The last one of round 10, the last round of this year's competition. Wolfhounds being crowned champions. They did that in some style yesterday at home against Edinburgh. 8 tries in this clash at Parc y Scarlett so far. No competition there. No one off their feet for Glasgow. So you can play on. That's the law. Carr does get it to the deck.
Push back.
Catherine Jones hitting a line. That's gone back. And back Brython are going at the moment. Is that a knock-on? Not deemed one. They're under some pressure, Brython. Lots going on off the ball between MacDonald, and that's been tapped down. And that Poppy Fletcher again with a trundle. Great carry Back to the rugby. Bell with a line. Mugabe with a good solid tackle. But it's Glasgow now on the front foot. Long ball out from McNamara. Oh, good fend by Proctor. Once, twice. And over she goes. Super try from Glasgow, and their left winger,
make sure you
all of
speak to her under the
Proctor,
posts now for me.
has some involvement with the Harlequins.
I am talking to her.
But this one is a try for Glasgow. What a
And you've got to
response.
try. Do you want me to go back?
Yeah, I definitely think that
Come here,
Brython
please.
kept all of their players on the blind side, and the space was screaming on for the Glasgow on the left there. I think it was
got the
brilliant
ball?
how they took that opportunity, and especially
And
for
I've
all the
seen the
Proctor,
space to
just
give you. I would have come
cheeky
back.
end to
Okay.
keep pushing it and really, really backing herself to go for that try line.
Yeah, of course. But
A double
it's
fend,
been
but you
5
really
seconds. Give me time
must
to see
make
the
those
game, please.
tackles. Super finish.
26
I think fair play to Gwen Crab there. She had a lot of space to cover chasing over, but yeah, it all came from
Have you
maybe just
spoken to
Brython
her,
not
Kai?
playing like heads up in their defence. So just
that's
maybe
the
that's
second
what
one
they need to
against
fix
her now.
going into this last quarter.
Glasgow will not lie down. McNamara, another touchline conversion. A lot of the tries have been scored out wide. Oh, and hits the upright again.
You know what I'm going to say?
Second time she's done that. But it is
You don't tackle a player off the ball.
a
not what I've
7-point
seen.
game as we look at the try again.
Which side are you going?
It was the right option by McNamara, that long ball. It wasn't the best, but a bouncing ball works.
Is it gone across the 10? Yep.
Did that go 10?
Mark's here. Yeah. Changes for it? Send him on, please.
Well, changes in the front row. Did that restart just about go 10? It must have done. I think they're using that 10-metre line as a mark, so I presume that the restart did go 10. A couple of changes, more changes for Brython. And they pinched that one, super palm. Delmy Thomas-esque. Got to be of a certain age to understand that one. It's gone through the hands, not gone forward. Looked a bit high in the tackle from Proctor. Nice Thunder's ball. That's gone back. And Glasgow won it. Yes, I think they pinched it on the floor.
No hands, Red.
No hands red, so it is Glasgow ball. They will get it. It's a
Blue have
pile
the
of
ball and it's
bodies.
unplayable. Blue have the ball and it's unplayable.
I think Brython just lost a bit of shape there. No one was quite sure who was getting the ball. So I think now, like, as we're getting
Yeah,
tired,
send
that's
him
when
on.
it gets so important to make sure we're
number
keeping
6,
those comms
Blue.
up and that clear setup for the next play.
Trying to keep an eye on who's coming on, who's going off.
Oh, no, ball was loose. Blue had it, and then it was a player on top of her. She couldn't send the ball.
Megan Highland is on. And Ailey McGilvery is off. And the blind side. And there is Megan Highland.
Crouch!
16 usually means going straight into the front row, but not this time. 8-9 again. Looking for space in the outside channel. Singleton does well to chop down Ainsworth. Mugabe trying for the steal. Got to be squeaky clean now, have Brython Thunder. No soft penalties. Hannah Marshall palms that one up, takes it. And kicks, looking for the touchline. She's not going to find it. McDonald. A banana kick. How's this going to bounce? Oh, so unlucky for Mary McDonald. Lane is back there. She looks to counter. Player on the outside as well. Hing. Oh, just scragged. Good chase by Roma Fraser there. But Hannah Lane, she had an option to kick, but in all honesty, she's made, or Brython Thunder have made, the same amount of distance as they would, running the ball there as if they would have kicked.
Yeah, and like I've said before, she'll always back herself in those wide channels to have a go. And, you know, that's just the type of player that she is.
Mugabe getting some treatment. Well, a cramp or a hammy, potentially.
So many marks
9 tries in this clash so far. And Natalia John, we haven't seen the last of the tries. There's more tries in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams are playing some exciting rugby. Both teams are trying to move the ball, but it's just who can finish off those opportunities better.
Mugabe's up and about. That's good news. Laurie Williams, I think, is on for Brython Thunder as well, wearing 17. And Glasgow line out. Keeping it simple. They've been bold with big throws to the back and getting the drive going once again. The Warriors. Sutcliffe.
Yep, she sheared off there.
She's pulled away, using the fend. Until she's put to the deck by Gwen Crabb. McNamara takes a lot of stopping.
The ball's there. The ball's
A
there.
lot of nibbles for the ball by Jones on that ruck. Is this going to be a maul? It is a maul. They've held her up. This will be a scrum if the ball does not come out of that. No one has to move. It's another one of those funny laws. But laws are laws. It will be a Brython Thunder scrum.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, much better
Take your
defence
time.
from Brython Thunder. We're getting up off the line, we're getting in their faces, and you know, the only way to slow down an attack is to hold them up or to like make an effort in their rucks and really slow it down. So really credit to
Girls,
Brython
we're
there.
in the 22. In the 22. Mark's here. Changes, did you say?
Yeah, Mugabe,
Happy?
Crabb. Lots of players in there.
Yeah, 10.
Carr in
Make
there
sure
as
you're
well.
5 as well, please. Keep going.
Once it hits the deck, you don't have to move. But you can safely say that Glasgow will look to put pressure on the Brython scrum.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Got to work hard to get that one out. Scrum was under pressure. They're looking to go from here. You've got to be brave. Hing, really brave. Lovely angle there by Fionn Davis, cutting back in onto the ball. But have Glasgow turned this over? Yes, they have. Super work by the Warriors. McNamara decides to carry. She offloads. We still have the ball. Yeomans through the hands. It does get to Norval, but she's under some pressure. Mugabe wins the penalty. And that's what she does. Mugabe, super work at the breakdown.
Are you okay?
It's gone a bit scrappy in the second half. Certainly the last 10 minutes. Bit stop-start,
it's a
a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, definitely, and like it's no surprise that Dana Mugabe's calves are playing enough because she's been so busy this game. But yeah, I think it's just who's going to take charge of this game now, who's going to grab it and just say they're going to roll with it, because I think that's what it's going to come down to in this final part of the game, is, you know, who takes more control in the right areas.
Mark's here.
We're almost into the last quarter. Try and keep a listen to the referee, Amber Stamp-Dunstan.
To go.
Kai Lewis, Julian Thomas alongside him. There was a contest there. Was that straight enough? Yes. Singleton. Is that a knock-on? Ripped in the tackle. No, it has gone forward. Savannah Picton-Powell is on wearing 21. Just little mistakes creeping in, not just to Brython's game, but to Glasgow as well. Not quite as clinical as both teams were in the first half.
No, I think fatigue is definitely setting in now, but you know, with someone like Savannah Picton-Bowles, she's such a strong carrier. She will always hit those really, really hard lines, but what Glasgow did really well there was just swallow her up, make her have to fight to get to the floor, slows the ball down, forces
You've
errors.
done that side then. Crouch!
Glasgow scrum.
Bind! Set!
Solid platform. 8-9. Trying. Kubra. Emily Kubra. Chopped down. And a good counter ruck by Thunder. They've got to stay on their feet. And they do put the Warriors on the back foot. Here's a player that will
all up for me now.
put them back on the front foot. Briar McNamara. Deep into Brython Thunder territory. Up and under the option.
Retreat, please.
Lane after this one. Is that Fletcher again? Absolutely everywhere.
No, 9!
Ball
Good
not
work.
out. And here come Glasgow down that blind side through Flynn. It's got to keep their shape in attack, and you feel that a score will come. Just missed time. Kate Yeomans ran a good line, but unfortunately she didn't get the ball.
I think the danger with the defence at the minute is that Brython are trying to wrap Glasgow up high, and they're such powerful runners. They're getting those few extra metres, which is giving them that speed of ball and almost making their job 10 times harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Gemma Bell with a carry, but definitely crossing the right call there. 29-22. Replacements. There's a Millie Warren coming on for Glasgow Warriors.
No.
Fourth appearance of this Celtic Challenge. Chance to make her mark. Nicole Flynn, she had a good afternoon in the centre, wearing 13. Across the whitewash once. Heavily involved in all good Glasgow things. Keeping it simple at the front. And the ball gets to Hing. Spots a bit of space infield. Ola couldn't call a mark, just outside the 22 there, Ola propped it. But this is where Brython Thunder want to be. A bit of a juggle from Cathy Ainsworth. Hannah Marshall, step off the right foot, then a dummy. A bit of a jink off the left. Clobbered in the tackle by Megan Hyland. But it's still Brython ball.
What a great tackle. You know, that's what fresh legs can do, to bring that sort of energy, but it's just little mistakes that are, you know, letting Brython down at the minute. Maybe trying a little bit too hard and overplaying. Like, let's set up, let's build through the phases effectively.
Another change for Glasgow.
Girls number 1's going off. Number 1.
Hayley Tucker is coming on, wearing 17. Go into the front row. And that is Poppy Fletcher.
If you stand your side.
Scored a blinder of a pick-up try. As we see the replay of Hannah Marshall. But this is where it went a little bit wrong.
Right,
just passed behind, not as slick as that passing was.
Crouch!
In the first 25 minutes, certainly, for Brython Thunder.
Set!
Thunder trying to get a squeeze, and they do. Is there a hand in there?
Come out the tunnel.
No, came out to the tunnel. You have to reset if that happens.
There's no stability.
Much better
there.
intent from Brython at that scrum there. Like, can they go again? Like, keep putting pressure. Like, take that confidence away from Glasgow, so they have to start looking at going to something else.
Yeah. Time off.
Bit more treatment. No
Timing on that
stoppage.
hip. Make sure you control it. Yeah.
Women's rugby,
don't
the
we
ball
have
in play time is usually phenomenal because
Say again?
simply don't kick
Didn't
the
know you
ball
wanted
as
that.
much as the men do. But it is energy sapping. But in this game, we've had more stoppages for injuries than I've seen in many a Celtic Challenge clash.
That'd be great. I'd have had plenty of rest. I'd love that. No, it's just, again, it's one of those things. I think both teams are just trying so hard to get something positive out of this fixture that, you know, sometimes things just don't quite go right. People are tired because it's very fatiguing the first half. So it's going to come down to now, like, who's got that last bit of energy, who's got that last bit of push to really take control.
What's it been like? You know, you've been travelling, you've been to Ireland a couple of times, to Scotland a couple of times. It's something completely different, completely new for a lot of these young players. What's it been like? Good banter between teams, everyone enjoying the competition?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, everyone wants to play a high level of rugby. Everyone wants to push themselves. And, you know, for these girls, like, for some of them, it's the first time they're travelling to fixtures, you know, and it's just so important for them to get those experiences. So maybe when they do go into the international setup, it's not such a shock. They have a process, which is what a lot of the men have. You know, when they're travelling to their games, they'll have a process that they go through. And this is what this competition allows these girls to learn their process and what works for them.
Yeah, you don't think of that, do you? Because a lot of things are new, so you've got to do things for the first time. And it all takes time to settle. But the building blocks are there for Brython Thunder and Gwalia Lightning, as they are for Edinburgh Rugby and the Glasgow Warriors in Scotland. Glasgow scrum. They're holding the pressure from Brython. And MacDonald, the captain, kicks. Finds some space. Hannah Lane back there. Again, looks to go, looks after the ball, gets it to Eleanor Hing. Good support right on her shoulder as well. Mugabe in at the base. Robin Davis, again, just about gets it to the deck. Marshall, flat ball to Katie Carr. Driven back into her own half. Marshall, pass behind to Meg Webb. Another one involved in Wales's Six Nations squad. Glasgow got to be careful that they don't overstep the mark there. The defensive line creeping up in midfield. Singleton, Marshall. Oh, bowl ball in midfield to Robin Davis. Singleton gets it back. Hannah Marshall, flat ball through and gets it back to Singleton, but she has now lost it forward. That late pass put Meg Webb, was it Meg Webb or
no,
Picton Powell going through?
Savannah Picton Powell going through there. Like we said, like at the start, she'll always run those really, really hard lines, and she'll get you from surprise a lot, like, you know, from blindside most of the time. So it's just as little soft hands as we're getting through. That's all it needed. But, you know, next time she'll learn from this. Next time it will maybe be a little bit of a softer pass.
Meg Lewis is on wearing 16. Rosie Carr, this afternoon, is done in the middle of the front row. Rhiannon Griffin is on as well, wearing 20.
Number 2, substitution. Perfect, and then time will go on.
Well, I'll get the message to you. Which one of the cars has gone off? Is it Rosie or is it Katie? Gemma Thompson is on wearing 20, and that's her debut for the Warriors. Still plays rugby in the under 18 bracket, straight into senior rugby now. What an experience this competition has given many youngsters like her.
I think we forget a lot of the time in the women's game that a lot of young girls don't get those opportunities. Like, well, that's what it has been for the past couple of years, but now we're bleeding these girls at such a young age, so they get an experience of high-level rugby really early on, which can only benefit them in the long run.
McNamara off the side of the boot. Has it drifted? Yes, it has. She won't be happy with that. Neither with her pack of forwards. Disappointed that they will have to trundle back, and it'll be a Brython line out. Yeah, Rosie Carr is still on. It's Katie Carr that's gone.
This is your last warning.
Teams now emptying the benches. Anna Stowell getting ready, wearing 19. Low throw. Was that a contest as well? Yes, it was. Glasgow did enough.
Yeah, Rosie Carl will be really disappointed with that. You know, we've all seen how good her darts can be, but I think it's just a bit of fatigue creeping in now, and it's at this point of the game where it's kind of make or break. So let's make sure now we bin that and we get into the next scrum and we keep them as positive as they have been going for the past 10 minutes.
No, you're fine.
Our clock reads 71 minutes. 9 minutes left of the Celtic Challenge. 9 minutes for Glasgow Warriors to find their way back. They're 7 points adrift at Parc y Scarlets against Brython Thunder. It's been a messy second half. One try apiece. Glasgow scrum. Quick ball as well. Straight out the back. Oh, good pressure, but McNamara spins out of Meg Webb's tackle. Still looking to play. That's Gemma Bell again. Very industrious in the back row. Oh, they did pinch that. Meg Lewis had pinched it at the breakdown, but a knock on will lead to another scrum. Won't pull any punches. It's been a scrappy second half, Natalia John. We thought we'd have more tries. We've had two, but just the game has lost its shape a little bit.
Yeah, the mark is there.
Yeah, I think both teams are feeling the pressure now, and there's such good defence coming from both sides. It's really forcing the attacks to think outside of the box, and sometimes when you're fatigued and like a lot has already gone on, like some things can just go wrong, or they don't quite go to hands because you've dropped your hands in the pass or something like that. So it's just really, really important now that both teams just take a deep breath and really get back to what was going right for them in the first half.
Indeed. Sound like a captain. Oh, hang on. Anna's towel is on. And I think I see Darocchi on as well. Rihanna Darocchi is on for Glasgow, wearing 21. There's a change in the front row. Coburn has come off. Thunder look to get the nudge on, but they've been penalised standing up on the far side, and Glasgow don't want to waste any time. Oh, Singleton and McNamara. Big clash.
Advantage, 19 offside.
Offside. Anna Stowell just come on. Just want to put a mark on the game. A little bit too ambitious, too quick.
Yeah, so Anna Stoll used to be a centre, so she has got gas behind her, but just she's way too eager to fly off the line there and really put her mark on the game, because with so little time left you really want to get into it as quick as you can and hopefully bring something positive, but just then she got it a little bit wrong.
Now the bench is emptied. Abby Evans on, Rihanna Darocchi. Alex Ward is on.
In the 15 then.
Zamir on.
Off the line.
Aisha Zamir. Front of the line. Marshall quick, but McNamara feet and a fend into the 22. Another fend. Offload inside. Oh! Good pressure by Singleton on Abby Evans. What a score that would have been. Would have been one under the sticks, but Siren Singleton timed her tackle to perfection there. Got a team out of jail.
And she's done that all season. She's been absolutely phenomenal in defence. You know, she's been topping most tackles per game almost every week. You know, she's such a hard worker. She's such a fit player. She will always work so hard for you. And how about a carry from Mara there? She's been absolutely fabulous all game. She'll really, really put pressure on defences.
Oh, couldn't quite see the timing of the tackle on that angle. But a crucial intervention from Siren Singleton.
It's 5.
They were penalised in the last scrum. The Thunder, they'll have to really switch on this one.
I think it'd be super important because they had a good drive on, but it's just making sure like the loose head's waiting for the tight head. You're not going, you know, the loose head just walking around. You both got to come up together and just drive square. And they had the nudge on. They've just got to be more patient.
This is McNamara, and this is the tackle. Oh. Well, not saying that McNamara shouldn't have passed, but she'd made 50 metres. She might as well have gone the rest of the way as well. A shot out to the tunnel. It's play on. No. Good communication there between the officials. Came straight out, so you have to reset.
Picture okay, your side, Kai? Perfect.
Brianna De Rock thought she could have been in for a score there.
Really, really good heads up from her though. She's constantly looking for that,
Yeah.
you know, that bouncing ball. So good on her.
Yeah, under 18s international last year in the Six Nations. De Rock. Singleton. Is this the game right here, Natalia John?
I definitely think so. Like, if Brython can come away with a positive outcome from this scrum, I think it will really switch that momentum.
A quick feed on the way. Ball out wide. It's always a risk to play. But that's what Brython and Ashley Beck's team is all about, throwing it about. I will be asking Natalia John to pick the Celtic Challenge Player of the Match. Forgot about that, been engrossed in the game. There's a Gwen Crabb carries Singleton. It can come from either team, doesn't have to be from the winning team. Great bust there, that's Stowell. Said she was a centre, she's got the gas, she's got support. Elects to carry, doesn't find support on her shoulder, but now Singleton is there, a little bit isolated. The ball does get now to Griffin. Mugabe out wide. The hamstrings and calves must be screaming. Thunder do well there just to maintain possession in the wide channel. There's Jess Rogers with a carry. Accuracy now needed. Sowell again. Davis finds Hannah Lane. Has she got the gas to finish this for the Thunder? It's close, but no foot in touch. Hannah Lane crosses for what could be a crucial try for Brython Thunder. Her second try of the match, and that potentially has sealed it for Brython.
Yeah, we talked about the next moment being absolutely pivotal, and although it was a bit messy, like Brython weren't afraid to play out of their half and really, really have a go for it. But I think that all started from the lovely tip from Gwen Crabb to put Jess Rogers into space so we could get quick speed of ball, and it's just then simple hands through the line, get it to our fast people on the edge and get it to the corner.
On the corner here then for me, please.
Yeah, it does well to
you're good there.
keep in field.
Just inside, thank you. Pardon?
Goes early,
We'll
gets the ball down. Second try. We're minutes away, but we will restart. I can see Brython Thunder going back. It's another touchline conversion for Hannah Marshall. They lead by 12 points. Can she make it 14?
But just over now.
Not quite enough on that one. So, scoreboard. Brython Thunder 34, Glasgow Warriors 22. We're into the final minutes. Let's talk about and name the Celtic Challenge Player of the Match.
You know, for me, there have been some outstanding performances out there today. I think, you know, Dana Mugabe's been fabulous. She's been everywhere. She's been working really, really hard. But I always think about who does it week in, week out, who is constantly running the cogs of this team and working so hard and also getting the team out of so much trouble. The amount of defensive work that she puts in consistently, like for me, it has to be Sarah Singleton. She's been fabulous this campaign.
Backwards.
Well, Thunder playing themselves into a bit of bother. Sarah Singleton named by Natalia John as the Celtic Challenge Player of the Match. The home team's scrum half.
Now. Let's take a step, please.
Bit of a funny offload.
Forward.
Was that Jess Rogers or was that Rosie Carr? I'm not sure who had that ball.
It's from here.
But it's gone forward, and we will have
We've got time for this one.
a Glasgow Warriors scrum, and there is the Celtic Challenge Player of the Match, Sarah Singleton. Not just today, but throughout the season, she's been excellent.
Yeah, it's just mostly her defensive effort. Like, I've never seen a scrum half have to work so hard in defence, but she will always put herself in where it hurts. She'll always put in those positive tackles, you know. I think my tackle stats only look good because she was double tackling with me, you know, but she's been absolutely fabulous for this team, and she's got such a bright future ahead of her.
Glasgow Warriors scrum. They have a losing bonus point at the moment, but it would be kind of fitting if they were to finish with a try. They deserve it.
Yeah, she's tapped.
They've made this clash as entertaining, especially Briar McNamara. Singleton with another tackle. Really solid hit on McNamara. Ball wide, Abby Evans.
Take a step back, red back.
Walker, another tackle. Singleton again.
She's let it go, play on.
Works so hard. Scrum halves who like contact. Gotta love it. Have we got another Glasgow Warriors try? Tucker with a carry. Thunder just slowing the ball down enough. Ainsworth. Solid. Gwen Crabb. There's a double tackle there, I think. Lodi Williams in on that one as well. No problem. No penalty. Good clear out from Glasgow. Just that tempo they did create for long periods just disappeared a little bit. Is that forward? No, play on. And they are 5 out, Glasgow Warriors.
Advantage!
And a penalty advantage as well. And fairly narrow, apart from Abby Evans, right across this side. That's Bell with a carry. Abby Evans in space, told to call for it. A lot of bodies potentially on the wrong side there.
The ball's there.
Still playing advantage, a penalty advantage. McNamara, oh.
No advantage.
I was just about to say, give it to McNamara. And back they will come. They can tap and go, or they can go to the corner. Their driving line has been very efficient.
Yeah, the Brython defence wasn't ready there.
Oh, they do go quickly. Up right into contact, ball stolen, all lost. Either way, Brython Thunder hold firm. What an entertaining clash as the final whistle goes at Parc Scarlets. I'm counting up my tries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 tries in another Celtic Challenge Classic. The last game of this Celtic Challenge season. And all the spoils go to Brython Thunder. Bonus point victory against Glasgow Warriors. Full-time score, Brython Thunder 34, Glasgow Warriors 22. Natalia John, Brython Thunder captain, injured captain alongside me. Exactly how you wanted to finish the season, in some style, an entertaining clash.
Yeah, and it was such a great brand of rugby from both sides. I'm disappointed for Glasgow there. They definitely had an opportunity to maybe squeeze another one because, like, Brython defence weren't ready. But, you know, we want to see ball and play time. We want to see tries being scored, and excellent from both teams today.
There's the player of the match, Sarah Singleton. I'll be trying to grab her for a quick chat later, along with head coach Ashley Beck. 10 tries. The first score of the second half you felt was crucial, and that went to Brython Thunder. That gave them a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah, 100%. I talked about, like, someone needs to take control of this game. Someone needs to really just go for it now. And Brython definitely took their opportunity when they had it. And I think post that try, you could see some heads dropping maybe on the Glasgow side. But they came back into it a little bit at the end there. But it's just so important, like, when you're going through the ebbs and flows of the game, like, it's who can come out on top and who can take it at the right moments.
Indeed. Sunny Parc Scarlets, 34-22 it finished. There's confirmation of that. Gwalia 33, Clovers 55. Another high-scoring game in Ystrad Mynach. Confirmation of our game. And then the Wolfhounds, the back-to-back champions, just simply too strong. That's the way it is at the moment, with a lot of Irish internationals staying at home. 102 points to 0 against Edinburgh. And let's wrap things up with the league table. Confirmation of the champions. And what does that bonus point victory do for Brython Thunder? Well, there we have it. Wolfhounds champions on top once more. 9 wins from 10, 44 points. That bonus point win for the Brython Thunder puts them up to 4th. Just behind Gwalia there. 6 wins in total for Gwalia. All in all, pretty good season for the Welsh teams when you look at it. You know, it's been competitive between the bottom 4 teams there. The Irish just simply too strong at the moment.
Yeah, and particularly that the Irish teams have some pro players, and that can be really hard to compete with for some of these girls who have never even had a full-time programme before. So it's only going to grow, it's only going to get better. Like, the more people that watch, the more funding that gets into it. But, you know, credit to these girls today. I think they really put on a show.
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed it. Let's relive some of the highlights while I go and grab winning head coach Ashley Beck and player of the match, Ciaran Singleton. There's confirmation of the full-time score. Brython Thunder 34, Glasgow Warriors 22.
Well, I hope you enjoy the highlights of that Celtic Challenge clash. I've got Ashley Beck and Sarah Singleton alongside me. Sarah, chosen as player of the match by your captain. I will add that one in there. But terrific performance, not just from you personally, but from the team as well.
Yeah, I think it was a team effort. It was good to finish the season off with a big win. I think we went through a tough patch through the Celtic Challenge, so it was nice just to get the win to finish off the season then.
Great crowd here as well today, family, friends, a lot of people to come and watch you finish this season in style.
Yeah, well, I'm a local girl. I only live like 50 minutes down the road, so it's nice to have like all my family come down and support.
You've been chosen in the Welsh squad as well. There's a big provisional squad. What would that mean for you to get international honours for Wales in the Six Nations?
Yeah, I mean it would be great, but at the moment I'm studying my PGC in Cardiff Met. So it's about finishing that for me at the moment, and then rugby comes after. Well,
you certainly did well today. Pass the mic on. I'll speak to your manager here about your performance today. But llongyfarchiadau, da iawn ti. Ashley, you know, we spoke pre-match about wanting to finish the game and the season in style. You certainly did that. The first half in particular, it was a high-quality game.
Yeah, first 20 minutes, and we spoke about Glasgow had a bit of a tough time coming down around the bus, and us starting that first 20 minutes as good as we could to kind of make them think why we turned up. And we've done that for 20 minutes, but in fairness to Glasgow, they really fought back into it and made a real game of it. And at some points I was thinking, why do I want to be a coach for when you're going through these emotions? But the girls dug in then. I think we finished with a really good team try as well, with Hannah right at the end to show how much we worked on things.
I mentioned in comms that the first score of the second half was kind of crucial, and you got it and gave you a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we spoke about. Was, you know, they had their tails up just before half time, they crept back into the game, and it was like they're going to come out now for this next 10 minutes and really try to prove a point, and we need to sort of stamp that out, and that's what we've done. But credit to Glasgow again, they kept fighting, they had a couple of nice scores and made a real game of that, which as a neutral you probably go in, it's a decent game of rugby, but as a coach you're questioning yourself.
What about the season as a whole? You reflect on it now. You got up to fourth, sit behind Gwalia Lightning, the Irish team's top two, the Welsh in the middle, and the Scots finished down the bottom of the table. But there's a lot of a different ability within the Celtic Challenges. I've noticed that when you've seen the Irish and their stacked teams full of internationals come over, but we are at the start of a journey where they must be a little bit further down the line.
Yeah, and we spoke about finishing fourth. That was like a big target for us, and we knew it was going to be us or Glasgow. Edinburgh had some tough games, and we pushed that for the last couple of weeks. Coming into it, like, we've got a lot of 18-year-old girls who haven't played senior rugby before, whereas you look at them Clovers and Wolfhounds teams, they're stacked with internationals who finished second in the world in WXV. So for our girls, the experience they get from that is invaluable going into their careers. So we are in a different place, but hopefully the more girls who we've got playing in Wales, they get a chance to get stronger, better, and we can compete against these teams.
Brilliant. Ashley, I'll grab the mic off you as the PA goes ballistic at the Scarlets. Congratulations on a great season for you and a great victory to finish it in style. Cheers. Well, that's it from the Celtic Challenge for this season. Finish with a great game in round 10. Too much for Glasgow to deal with. Brython certainly brought some thunder today. Hope you've enjoyed the Celtic Challenge over the last couple of months. I certainly have. We'll see you next season. Bye-bye.